Welcome back to Harbour Unboxed. Today we are building a brand new gaming PC, as you can probably tell, and if the title didn't give it away, this PC will be going to one lucky viewer. And this isn't your typical giveaway. You don't have to subscribe to anything, you don't have to follow on any social media platforms, nothing like that. You also don't have to submit any personal information to business growth platforms like Gleam. We're not really looking to get anything out of this other than giving away a PC to hopefully one of our viewers who needs it. And the cool thing is none of the companies involved in supporting this giveaway really want to get anything extra out of this. You don't have to follow them on any social media platforms, nothing like that, as I said. So yeah, very cool. Of course, the companies are getting product placement, exposure, and all that usual stuff by default. But other than that, just a giveaway with no strings attached. A few weeks ago, MSI, with the support of Nvidia, approached me and asked if I'd like to build a gaming PC on the channel that we could then give away. And they thought this would be a really cool thing to do right now with so many people stuck at home. The idea here is to nominate someone you know who deserves a break in their life, someone who could really enjoy a new gaming PC. And this is done by making a post on your preferred social media platform with the hashtag #GiveAGamerBreak. So this can be done on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. In your post, simply tell us who you're nominating and why. You can include a picture or make a video if you like, and then once the entry period comes to a close, we'll get together with MSI and pick a winner. Now, as a bonus, the person who made the nomination wins a brand new MSI GeForce RTX 2060 Super graphics card, while the person nominated, of course, wins the gaming PC built by yours truly. The other cool thing about this giveaway is that it's global, so it's not region locked, and that means anyone around the world has a chance to enter and win. So that's great, and again, thank you to MSI and Nvidia for making this possible and for supplying such an awesome range of hardware for the build. I didn't actually request or pick any of this hardware, it was all just selected by MSI, and given what we've ended up with, I don't think my input was required. On hand, we have the AMD Ryzen 7 3700X processor, the insanely massive MSI GeForce RTX 2080 Super Gaming X Trio graphics card, the class-leading MSI B450 Gaming Pro Carbon AC Max motherboard, 16GB of G-Skills Trident Z RGB DDR4 3200 memory, a 1TB Samsung Evo 860 SSD, and all of this will be installed inside the MSI Secura 500X case and powered by the Corsair 650-watt gold modular power supply. Oh, and they've also thrown in a copy of Windows 10 64-bit, so that's a nice touch. So I think what we need to do now is get this build started, and then we'll test it out with a few games. So I'll cue up the build music and we'll get to it. Okay, so that's an RGB festival right there, but I think despite that it does look pretty awesome, and it'll certainly look great once you customize the lighting to have some sort of theme. But due to time constraints, I haven't tinkered too much with the RGB software and all that sort of stuff. I figure whoever wins it will probably want to customize it to their liking anyway. So what I've done is I've installed a few games and tested out how this thing works. So before wrapping this thing up, let's have a look at a few games. First up, we have F1 2019, which has been tested at 1440p using the maximum in-game quality settings. And here we see the Ryzen 7 3700X/GeForce RTX 2080 Super Combo pumped out well over 100 FPS at all times. Typically, you're looking at around 120 FPS, so a very impressive frame rate given the quality settings. And the footage shown here was recorded after an hour of gameplay, as we like to do that to measure the CPU and GPU thermals. And as you can see, both maxed out at just over 70 degrees. And given how quiet this PC is, I think that's a pretty great result. Testing Metro Exodus with the ultra quality preset, but with Hairworks disabled, also saw over 100 FPS at all times in our benchmark pass. This title does support DLSS 2.0, so you could use that in conjunction with ray tracing if you wanted to improve visual quality without a noticeable impact of performance. And like I said in a recent GPU comparison video, we really do need to see more of this. Using the maximum possible quality settings in Apex Legends saw us hit the 144 FPS frame cap when indoors, while outside we were typically looking at around 120 to 130 FPS. Again, for 1440p performance using the maximum quality visual settings, that really is an excellent result. In fact, it was so good I decided to crank the resolution up to 4K, and we still saw well over 60 FPS at all times, rarely dipping below 80 FPS outside while jumping up as high as 125 FPS indoors. Then last up, I decided to give Fortnite a go, and for the most part, we were again looking at over 100 FPS, maxed out at 1440p. And I have to say, Fortnite looks surprisingly good using these epic quality settings. But of course, most of the people playing this title won't be using the epic quality settings. They'll be using competitive type settings, which generally means low. And with the low preset enabled, you're looking at over 200 FPS. I've heard reports of Ryzen CPUs creating a bottleneck in Fortnite, limiting the performance of higher end GPUs, but I'm not sure that's what we're seeing here. Despite those claims, performance was excellent, as you can quite plainly see. Well, there you have it. This thing not only looks massive, because, well, it is massive, it's extremely heavy, with these nice glass doors that are hinged on both sides. The front, well, left and right side, let's say. There's a bit of glass on the front and then a big glass panel on top. So it is very, very heavy. I haven't actually weighed it fully built, but yeah, it's going to be heavy. So MSI's game sort of taking on shipping this anywhere in the world. So that will be quite costly, but well, that was MSI's choice to send this case, so I'm sure they're happy to wear the shipping costs on that one. But it is a very impressive looking case, and airflow seems quite good given that it is wrapped in glass. So yeah, probably not a high airflow case. Definitely looks are the focus here, but it does seem to work well with those big fans, and as you saw, the thermals in games were quite good. The only thing I would potentially change about this system, and this is up to the person who wins it, is replace the box cooler with probably some sort of air-cooled tower cooler. I think that would work a bit better. Certainly get those 3700X temperatures down, and if the person who wins this wants to overclock, that would be the way to go. But beyond that, I think it is a pretty awesome system, so a big thank you to MSI and Nvidia for making this giveaway possible. And if there's anything that was unclear in this video about how to enter or whatever the terms and conditions are, please jump over to the MSI website. They have created a portal, so you can go over there and there's all the details and stuff. But really all you need to do is make a post on your favorite social media platform with the hashtag #GiveAGameABreak, and you will be in the running to win this beauty. But again, thank you to MSI and Nvidia, because it is very cool to be able to do stuff like this from time to time. And that is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, do the YouTube stuff. But above all else, thank you for watching. I'm your host, Steve, and I'll see you again next time.